Greetings everyone. Today we are going to talk about our new stepper motor driver SMD-4.2. This new driver supports several operation modes. First of them is the manual mode, when the rotating starts after start signal is being sent from the start button. Signals is generated neither by a built-in or an external pulse generator. Next mode is the analog position control. The motor displacement depends neither on the position of the built-in or external potentiometer or on the external analog signal from 0 to 5 volts. And the third mode is a simple driver mode, when the driver is operated by external step and dir signals. All the settings and operation modes can be accessed via special driver menu. Buttons for accessing the driver's settings are placed on the side of the driver. They were specially made hard to reach to exclude accidental triggering. The front panel is equipped with a 2-digit LCD display that not only helps to identify the mistake but also is very useful when setting up the device. The start button that starts the driver when in manual mode. And a built-in potentiometer that is used for speed control in manual mode and is responsible for motor displacement in analog position control mode. The plastic case of the driver is equipped with a DIN rail mount and 4 terminal blocks. These connections are used for connecting the power supply and the stepper motor itself. And on the other side we have inputs for connecting step and dir signals, external potentiometer, and the fault signal output. Presence of a signal on the fault output indicates that the driver is working correctly. If the signal is lost, something must have gone wrong. The fault output is also equipped with a 100 ohm resistor that allows us to connect a diode to it. An important feature is the enable signal. In driver mode, enable signal is needed for driver operation. Without no enable signal, the driver will not operate. In manual mode, the enable signal will automatically start the motor. The start button with enable signal will not operate, giving us the possibility of starting or stopping the motor using the enable signal. If enable signal is not used in manual mode, the motor can be started or stopped using the start button placed on the front panel. Technical specifications of the SMD-4.2 driver. Power supply 24 to 48 volts of direct current, and the supported phase current is from 1.2 to 4.2 amps. Also, via the menu, the holding current can be set. It can be set to 25, 50, 75 or 99%. This is done to prevent overheating of the motor and to avoid excessive energy consumption. Driver SMD-4.2 can operate in 2 main modes, the current mode and volt mode. Volt mode is a special mode that provides smoother running, less noise, and supports microstepping up to 128. The biggest difference is that volt modes needs to be preset exactly to support the motor needs. In the chart on the screen you can see models of the motors that are already supported by our driver. Please provide your motor model so we can set it up exactly to the needs of your equipment. The second mode is the current mode. Comparing to the volt mode, it can provide higher RPMs and is able to monitor current on windings. In this mode, driver does not need no special settings and will work with any available stepper motor. In this mode, driver supports microstepping only up to 16 times. Before the first lunch, we need to set up the driver. To do that, we have to enter the menu. This driver is from a test batch and the sticker is placed upside down. This problem is going to be eliminated in the serial version, and on top there's gonna be a start button and the potentiometer is going to be placed underneath the display. Power supply is connected from underneath the driver. So to set up our driver, we first need to connect the power supply from 24 to 48 volts. Display indicates the mode driver is currently in. A0 stands for the manual mode. To start setting up the driver, we need to enter the menu. To do that, press and hold the menu button until you hear a sound signal. Menu consists out of 10 sections. P0 is the first section and it is responsible for the operation mode of the driver. If this parameter is set to 0, it means that the driver is in the step direction mode. If P0 equals to 1, like it shows now, this means that driver is in the manual mode. And if P0 is set to 2, that means that driver is in analog positioning mode. To change settings, buttons up and down are used. Let's leave it in manual mode for now. To enter the next section of the menu, press the menu button once again. Next section, P1, is responsible for choosing neither the current mode or the volt mode operation. If it indicates CU on the screen, it means that the driver is in the current mode. UO stands for the volt mode, but let's leave it in the current mode for the moment. Next section is the P2. It is responsible for the motor model when using the volt mode. Next section is the P3. This section is responsible for microstepping options. In current mode, microstepping can be set to up to 16 and in the volt mode to up to 128. Section P4 is responsible for phase current for the current mode of the driver. Right now it is set to 3 amps. To change that, press up and down buttons. Let's leave it to 2.8 amps. Section P5 is responsible for holding current settings. These parameters are set in percent. At the moment it shows 99% of holding current. That means that holding current of the driver is going to be equal to phase current. And as we have said the phase current in previous menu section, it will equal to 2.8 amps. Next section is P6 and it is responsible for acceleration settings in manual mode. Parameters can be set here from 0 to 15, where 0 is going to be the slowest acceleration and 15 the fastest. Section P6 is responsible for deceleration speed of the motor in manual mode. Setting 0 here will provide you with the smoothest and slowest deceleration possible, and if setting this parameter to 15 will give you the fastest stop possible. Section P8 can be used to disable sound signals of the driver. And section P9 is responsible for the brightness of the built-in LCD screen. So to choose the needed section of the menu, we use the menu button, and to choose the parameters of those sections, up and down buttons are used. And to demonstrate possibilities of this new driver, we will compare it to performance of our old SMD 4.2. New SMD 4.2 is already set to current mode. Now let's put it into driver mode. Now it is in the manual mode. To do that, we need to change P0 section of the menu to 0. To confirm and save settings, hold the menu button until you hear a sound signal. Now the driver is in current mode, set to operate as a simple driver. All we have to do is to connect the motor and the external step and direction signals. We have connected 48 volts of direct current to the driver, set the microstepping to 1 and limited current per phase to 2.8 amps, that is as much as this motor needs. Almost 4,500 RPMs per minute, which is quite a nice result for a stepper motor. With microstepping set to 1, it makes almost 15,000 steps per minute. Let's see what our older version of SMD 4.2 is capable of. All the settings are the same as used on the previous test with our new SMD 4.2 driver. Now it only shows 2.2 thousand RPM per minute. I think that demonstrates the privileges of our new SMD 4.2 DEAN driver. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and see you next time.